You know what's really fucked up?
What?
Someone had to remake that Let's Get It Started. They had to remake that in Sim Talk for that ad.
Oh, it was like
That was it was like Let's Get It Started. Like someone got paid to do that. Someone wasted their life doing that.
Do you think they had a script so you have to say ooshkle boopin doopin?
There's a whole language you have to learn for Sims.
Is it real though?
It's a professional language.
It is not. It is
I read something when I was looking something up. It's made from like 18 different languages. It's actually like a
Does it have structure?
eclectic tongue that you have to learn in order to do it. That's why everybody like does it. It's like it sounds very professional when they're talking because they're actually reading specifically designed words around this idea.
That's what I was wondering, if it was just someone like Chris who can just do it.
Yeah, because if they were to copy a language that sounded like something somebody would remember, people would be like, "Oh, it's German. It's
It just sounds like really basic baby talk.
It is.
Bula the dust though. Bula oh.
Chris is really good.
Yeah.
No, it's not hard to be good at that. It's just think of the shittiest, most basic
only thing I
baby
can think
word.
of is
Ba la boo balastara boysto. Yeah, you're just going bala ha graba. Polydon.
Yeah, the only thing I can think of is just when you're like,
that's like when you're constipated.
you say Dashino when you want to go somewhere.
How would a sim say, I want you to fuck me up my asshole?
It's German. I can't.
I do German as well. I just do German.
I
just go Heischenstufenteischen.
Or if you were a sim and you were about to get fucked.
I'd be like, this Dashino! Mario! Oh! Ah! They can't just scream either. They can't just. Oh, they can. They go, but then it's like It's like really goofy screaming.
What's the meanest thing you've ever done to a sim? I
was just thinking, do you remember The Sims Living It Up?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you could do it in the first game, but when I had The Sims Living It Up, I placed fire on top of a little boy. So like you can pick a fire. Like no, this is how it works, right? You can either light your stove on fire somehow, but I never did that. There was a firework toy that you can like make it shoot up in the sky, but the second it hits the ground, pause the game, and it'll be for a fraction of a second an explosion. You can pick up that explosion and put it on someone,
and
they'll go on fire and
really
die.
That's amazing.
And that game freaked me out because when I was a kid, like the Grim Reaper would come when you die, and like it'll play rock paper scissors with you to see if you can have your life back. But if you have your life back, they'd like turn the color of your skin green, so you're like a zombie.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I think they rename you like Zombie Chris or something.
Yeah, I know.
And it was just fucking weird.
And your character's not the same either. It's like
did they take that out now? Like I remember there was one point where like I remember this and it pissed me off because there was these one assholes because I think it was the one where it's like living it up or something where you had to actually like go out and get a life and like join people. So I had a family of like 4 people and I'm like, why do I have to put food on the table for these pieces of shit? Because I couldn't interact with them at all. So I came up with the genius plan of putting them in a room and taking away the door and windows so they can't get out.
Yeah.
But these motherfuckers created a Looney Tune cartoon hole on the ground and jumped through it and jumped back out. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And then they went over to the fridge and got a sandwich and I was so fucking mad. Because he was sitting there dying. I checked back and I'd be like, yeah, you fucking in your piss puddle, you little bitch. That's what you get for fucking wasting my money.
I remember I used to kill people by putting them in the swimming pool and taking the
ladder out.
Yeah.
That was another way, yeah. I don't know how it was a really bad game design, but they took it out in 3 because if you die in 3, you die, but you can become a ghost. And
I'd usually just build a wall around someone, like just build a square around them so they're stuck and they're like,
something like really like it was really like scary when the burglar would come. Remember that?
It was scary too when you can't do anything.
Yeah.
Like you can't pause, you can't do fucking you can't stop him.
Wait, you can't pause when the burglar's there?
You can pause, but it doesn't help. You can't get up.
Oh,
like your characters get up and they just sit there like fucking assholes, like oh no, like they just like saw a fucking rat on the ground, and the fucking burglars are tiptoeing around stealing your TV and shit because you didn't put up a fucking burglar alarm. That's something I eventually learned. Every time I make a house, I always have a burglar alarm.
Yeah.
Because it's like just important. Because your Sims are garbage. They can't go up with a baseball bat and try hitting them. Actually, in Sims 3, you could attempt to wrestle them, and if you win, they're like, oh, I'm defeated, and then the police officer comes in and arrests them.
Oh, weird.
This is really weird.
Why are we talking about The Sims so much?
We were talking about mods in Skyrim, I think.
Oh, yeah.
That's how you do conversation. That's how conversations start.
I just wish, all I wanted to say was I wish more games had new ideas. Everything just feels like...
I agree, too.
I haven't played a game in a long time that felt... Do you remember when like Oblivion or when like something like Grand Theft Auto 3 first came out? It was like, this is fucking crazy. Like, when was the last time you felt that about a game?
Maybe it's your like childhood wonder.
No, it wasn't. It was like all this new... Every time something came out, it felt so like bigger and new. But now Everything feels smaller.
I've never really been to when a game comes out. I've never really been excited for a game that much. I mean, like I don't speak for like Shad, who's like an avid gamer. I myself am someone who plays games on rare occasions.
Yeah.
But for me, it's like I recently played that point-and-click Interworld game. Last time I played a point-and-click game was like a remake of Monkey Island. And I love that game.
Yeah.
It was like the one where it's kind of like the almost Disney-esque or old Disney-esque
I had
style.
that. I didn't get very far because
It was hard.
I got it for my birthday.
But it was
That
really
a good
fun,
game.
and like the characters were really fun, and that's what the game is. Like, it's a very fun point and click game, very simple, very quick, and I was having fun with that. But you realize that point and click games are like there's specific types of point and click. There's like the ones where it's just like asinine, like okay. Give a monkey marbles, he'll throw the marbles at the wall, which will unlock a hole in the wall, which shows you the area where you get the stick, the specific stick you need to stick into a hole that you completely didn't see to begin with, and then you open it and it opens up an open passage.
Do you remember the old Men in Black?
Okay.
The Men in Black point and click game from like 1998?
No, I had a
Really good.
shit ton of point and click and like learning games growing up because, like I said, I didn't have a gaming console. I had a PC. I had DOS, so I had a lot of Windows games.
I had Simpsons Virtual Springfield.
Man, you had all the stuff that as a child I wish I had, but I couldn't afford it.
I
You
had-
were like,
I had the Simpsons Cartoon Studio, and I had that Casper point and click shit that was horrible.
I think I torrented that when I was like 11.
I had this game called Orienburger that like made me really mad because like it wouldn't work. I had it since childhood, and then it would never work on any computer I ever got. And then I finally like tried using it again when I was like 16 on like my Windows Vista or whatever, and it still wouldn't work. So I smashed it in half.
I remember the same sort of thing. I had like a game that just would not play. It was a Lego game for PC. It would not play. It was just it wasn't
Fucking
scratched. It was
torments
incomplete,
you as a kid
It was
because
in
you're like,
complete mint
it's a
condition.
game. It's a fucking game, and it won't work.
Yeah,
I know,
it's like
it's
that's the
fucked
biggest
up.
cock tease when you're a kid.
I
ever.
got it in a cereal thing.
Oh, yeah,
and it
the
was
cereal game.
clear. It came in a plastic bag, and it was like at the time it was really cool. And I'm like, why can't I play this fucking Lego game in my cereal box? This is bullshit.
I
It
got
wasn't
this-
on a little CD or anything. It was just a CD.
I got this Pokemon 2000 game when the movie was coming out in a cereal box, and
Oh,
and it had the trailer,
yeah.
and I watched it like 400 million times. I was like,
Isn't it weird how excited you get over like getting games in cereal boxes?
Yeah.
I remember getting my Bionicle game in a cereal box and
Really?
lost my shit. I love the Bionicle games. You know, looking at it now is probably a
Man,
piece of shit.
I paid 64 euros for Bionicle on PS2. By the way, 64 euros at the time was like $100.
yeah, that's about
That's
100.
And that is one of the worst games I ever played. And I was so fucking angry. And guess what happened? I went back to the store to sell it back. They wouldn't take it back because I took it out of the plastic. And guess what? The next day I brought it back. They had reduced it to 20 euro.
What the fuck?
Fucking
It's
assholes.
extortion.
It was bullshit.
It is bullshit.
And you-
Extortion. What was that one game, like King James or something? It wasn't King James. It was like
King's
Was that the
Quest?
side
King's
scro-
Quest.
Oh, King's Quest.
King's Quest introduced the whole character walking from a point and click thing. It opened the door to everything when Sierra invented it. So everybody was making point and click games. Everybody. There was just tons of fucking point.
That's
and
because
click
they were
games.
easy to make.
I remember there was this thing. There was this actually got popular on the internet. There was this Honey Nut Cheerios comic thing. It was like family friendly things, and people were like, "Oh, the best one is sponsored on the Honey Nut Cheerios comic thing." And people were finding a way to take like the little stick with honey on it and turn it into a dick and put it in like the girl honey's mouth and stuff, and write words like combo and shit. And they were making tons of comics where he had like his little bee stick and he was rubbing on the president's ass while he was
I
like,
like how everyone was doing the same
pointing.
thing. Everyone was using the bee stick.
He just had all these like random, like he's like smiling like an asshole, ready to go somewhere with like his bee dick. And
They probably only used the one that wasn't pornographic, like the one.
no,
that
it was you would search like the featured, then you go to the ones that are being submitted, just nothing but buzzing his fucking like stick honey dick. It was the funniest shit, and it's funny because it's like you give people an inch, they're going to take a mile.
Yeah, totally.
You allow something gets popular to create stuff, they're going to abuse it. I tried to abuse it when I was
Of course
little.
you did.
Yeah, I would see this and I would be like, I can turn that letter I into a cock. I'm gonna do that. I did the same thing for 3D Movie Maker. I did the same thing for all those other games.
Your 3D Movie Maker videos were hysterical.
They're so good.
Oh fuck! I had a ton. I just kept making a bunch. Like I remember I had this one where I got it because I used to get ideas from online from watching people. There was like that one like monster roar thing that just like makes no sense. And it was like this, like, that one fat, ugly guy who, like, tackles him and explodes.
Yeah.
He was, like, attacking a bunch of people who were sitting, and they were like, it's very nice out today. And then he'd come running in, ooh, ooh, a bunch of them would come and just, like, they were, like, blood and shit. With, like, ah! It was
I
just
love
really
that sound
stupid.
effect.
Was it Nickelodeon 3D Movie Maker?
There was another one that
Oh,
did
yeah,
that.
yeah.
I saved a video of my favorites of, like, a 3D movie.
I remember, like,
of the
doing an
Nickelodeon
Unreal
movie
Monsters,
maker
like,
thing.
thing.
I had the Simpsons Cartoon Studio. That was the same shit.
Yeah, I had that as
Except
well.
you click and drag them around.
Oh, I feel so bad. There was this kid in my class, like everyone kind of made fun of him, and I befriended him because he had the Simpsons like movie maker, and I brought him over to my house and I asked him to bring it, and then I like never talked to him again.